Hello, everyone. Welcome to the maiden edition of the Architect's Palette, Building Life and Flavor. My name is Agatha Christie Rabo. I'm an architect, a wife, and a mother. This channel is going to be very, very, very informative, and I will appreciate if you come across this video. Kindly subscribe, and not only subscribe, you can give us a few ideas of what you want to know and then the areas where you want light to be thrown in as either a professional in the built environment or someone who wants to maybe get involved in the built environment as an investor or as an enthusiast. This channel will be talking about sustainability, sharing inspiring stories, insightful designs, and um, flavors, flavorful perspective from the built environment and beyond. We also would be talking about cultures across the world and every other thing that has to do with the built environment. Once again, subscribe and give us an idea of where you are watching us from. Thank you once again. So today's topic, we will be looking at who is an architect. You probably have an idea who you think an architect is, and most likely, whatever I'm going to say on this channel today might also add to what you already know and what you feel an architect is, or who you have experienced that is an architect. But permit me to just go into who an architect is from the perspective of an architect speaking to you who has been in practice for over 2 decades. So, an architect is a trained and licensed professional who designs buildings and other structures. They combine art, science, and technology to create functional, safe, and aesthetically pleasing spaces. Here's a breakdown of what architects do. Architects design, they plan technical works on project sites, they coordinate the project site, they supervise and bring in sustainable features and innovations to the built environment. So let me quickly go through this. When I talk about design, what does that mean? So it means that the architect creates the overall concept and detailed plans for buildings, including houses, offices, schools, hospitals, commercial buildings, and what have you. In fact, the entire built environment, as we know it right now, is as a result of the ideas of the architect. And the planning and technical works are also part of what the architect does in terms of um, you know sourcing for the right professionals to join the team. So architects prepare blueprints, drawings, and digital models that specify how buildings will work and function. They consider the structure, materials and lighting, ventilation, and environmental impact. And after that has been done, an architect brings in other professionals on the team. You have the structural engineers, you have the civil engineers, depending on the works that you have. We have the electrical and mechanical engineers, if you wish, the MEP engineers. You have planners also on the team. We have surveyors and all the other allied professionals on the team. So what do all these other professionals do? They join up with the ideas that the architect has put in and bring their expertise to the table. The structure of the building handled by the structural engineers, and then all the other aspects of the electrical and mechanical infrastructure of the building, and in fact, for the entire project, the M&E works hand in hand with the architect. And in fact, for the job to be properly done, the entire team needs to work together, collaborate, work on the ideas, and see what works and what will not work. Imagine if an architect builds and the structural engineer imputes his own aspects of the structures on the building, and then the M&E is not consulted properly. You go into the project site, and then you now realize that your mechanical and electrical infrastructure are not functioning well with in line with the original ideas. That forms would be called a failure already, even before the project kickstarts. So it is important for the architect to work hand in hand with the other allied professionals to be able to get the right informations and inputs on the works. So the architects, after all of these have been done, supervisions are also the purview of the architect, who also oversees the construction to make sure the works matches the design. So someone has asked before, um, the architect is someone or professional who designs. So what business does the architect have on the project site? And I can assure you that the 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 input of the architect on any given project site is so tremendous that without that you'll probably be running into a lot of troubles. The architect is the originator of the design, knows where all the lines fall in place, and also actually even controls what goes in terms of the structural elements and the M&E elements, because the architect directs all these other professionals exactly what he wants or she wants for the spaces that have been created. And so without the architect being there from the onset of the project, sometimes it becomes a problem. You realize that um, certain areas where certain lines would have properly be corresponded would not be, because the architect is not there to fine tune the project as it commences and progresses. So the architect is not just the creator of the design, also supervises and then even at the end of, in most cases, even post construction, the architects are also involved in the post construction and works that goes on, during the periods of maintenance and all of that. One of the best and the most critical areas where you can make sure that your works are actually being properly done, you may want to get the services of an architect. As this conversation continues, if you have any questions, please do um, put them out on the comment section, and those questions can be properly attended to. Also, remember to subscribe, follow, and then share if this is making any meaning to you. So, the architects also have the duty of getting the right, advising the clients or the project owner to get the proper consultants, the proper consultant being the other professionals who will be on the design and also on the third stages of the entire enterprise. That's the construction. Also, the architect is placed in a position where they will advise the client on the kind of um, contractors that should be used for the appropriate kind of design. The architect has the the idea of what the designs should look like, and also will be able to source out and help the client make informed decisions on who and the right contractors to use on any project site. That's after the designs have been done. The architect also helps the client to also engage post construction all the interior spaces, what will fit in line with what the client wants. So, in a nutshell, the architect breathes life into the design, helps the client make informed decisions in terms of the structures, bringing in the proper uh, professionals to help out, have the proper structural elements, also help the clients with the M&Es, and also help the clients with the right finishings for for any given project. This For this very first edition, just giving snippets of what the architects, who the architect is, and during the course of the program, during the course of the as we move on with this channel, we'll be going deeper into who the architect is and how that services can be sourced, and also how the services of an architect can be fully utilized. So, but for now, we'll be ending this program here. Thank you for joining us for this program. Remember, this is the architect's palette, building life and flavor. Thank you. Remember to subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Thank you.